folks, welcome back to an episode here at G Outdoors. Is the volume working? Volume's working. We're good. But as you can see, we are outdoors. We're actually setting up some tree stands, some ladder stands.
Got some crazy stuff going on here.
We found a crazy deal for ladder stands going for around $80 Canadian, which is probably like 60 something.
Something like that.
American?
Welcome back! As Marco said, really good deal. Look, they're posted at $170. We paid them $80 tax in. And we get ripped off here at 15% tax. But it doesn't matter. As you can see, it's made for the bow hunter and there's no shooting rails. Now, what are we gonna do about that? You gotta stay tuned because we're gonna show you how to DIY. Is that it? We're gonna show you how to do it yourself and build your own shooting rail. So really easy with some leftover wood. You don't need nothing crazy, a couple screws, a couple bolts, and we'll get right to it and show you how it's done. Help! Played you guys. We're about 2 feet off the ground here. As you can see, we placed the top of the stand. Instead of being in the woods getting eaten alive, do it at home. If you have, a park nearby, hey, who cares what people think? So what we decided to do, grab the top of the stand, plant it in the ground, step on it, stomp, do what you gotta do, that it ain't moving. It's almost like it's strapped over here. So we placed it to the back of the tree, the straightest tree we could find around here. And then we started gathering our wood. You're gonna need a tool list here. You're gonna need measuring tape, pencil, bolts, screws, a drill, and preferably, depending on the type of bolts. Here we're using the type of bolts. We have this to make some nice little holes on the side because guess what? I had the wrong size bolts. So we made sure to use up everything we had without going to the store and picking up more stuff. So to start off, like I said, put the base, it's nice and solid. And you want to use your shoulder height about to tell you what height you want to put your shooting rail. You don't want to put it too close to you. So that's where you keep it handy. Bring a crossbow out later on and you don't tighten any bolts till the end. So what we started off with is these over here on the sides. What we did, we have them at 39 inches. Obviously depends the size of your stand, but we'll give you our measurements and then you go with on your own. But what we did, we came to the bottom of the stand. As you can see, we came to the bottom and we drilled through the metal of the stand. We put 2 bolts and we lug nutted on the other side. So if you guys are wondering what do you use to drill through the metal, you could use a titanium tip, anything that could cut through metal. It goes through like butter and it'll definitely go through wood. Works like a charm. We were lucky on some parts of the stand there was actually already holes, so we try to utilize that as much as possible. We doubled it on both sides at the bottom with the weight. Like we said, we did 39 inches and we came in on an angle. If you're looking for what angle is right, this is the best time. Once you place it and you see that it gives you enough shooting space that you're not too close, so when you come in you don't bump your head. Obviously you're not looking for luxury, you're just looking to make that nice precise shot to drop that buck of a lifetime. On the next step, what we did, we came in and put our 19.5 inch piece in between. As you can see, the wood colors aren't the same. This is a part of the old part of the deck, and you know what, treated wood lasts almost forever. It's gonna dry up. So what we did, as you can see, we did a bit of an angle here. We have a little angle. It's almost perfectly straight, but it's not, because you have to remember the side pieces are placed on an angle. So this looks like it's crooked, but it's not. That's where our best friend in this build, use your level. It's gonna definitely help you on finding the right measurement and the angles that you want to use. Portraying your angle that you're aiming with your shoulder, you're gonna see your angles. Obviously if you put this middle piece angling down, it's good for maybe 10 yards, but what are you gonna do at the deer that are 30, 40, 50? The problem is you're gonna have a big, you're not gonna be leaning your gun or your crossbow really well. It's gonna be just touching the tip of it. So use a level, 4-foot level. Look how good that is. Like this, we know us at 30, 40 yards, if not further, we'll be able to drop anything and be comfortable. Never throw your level because it goes out of whack just like that. So we did that. We have our angles. We put some nice screws on the side. You want to use a good gauge screw on the sides here so it's strong. So this is about what we use. The longer the better.
That's what she said.
Because you're going to grab more wood. And you want to make sure, in your 2x4 or 2x3s, that it's not just fully without the threading, because or else it'll be just floating on anything. And don't over tighten to crack your wood. Also, before the next step, just make sure you don't over tighten the bottom, because like you saw on the camera, there's still a bolt sticking out. Nothing's tightened till the end. The screws, it's okay on the top here because this ain't moving, but those bottom bolts, you don't want to over tighten. So what we did next we grabbed some more old decking wood and we came and measure from the back of the stand before it's gonna hit the tree. You'll come and see over here, there's a bar. You do not want to go past this point because the tree could come into interference, but you don't want it to be too short either. So wherever you're gonna put the bolts, we're gonna show you from the inside what we're talking about. You want to make sure that you're leaving a good chunk of wood on either side, not that you're going to the edge, too much to the edge, unless you really have to. So we'll show you from the inside what we're talking about. But here we have a 40-inch length, and as you can see, we didn't come on the top where we screwed the other wood, just in case we have to maintenance and take out everything in the future. If we have to redo it in 10 years from now, probably whatever, we have access to changing the shooting platform. And we also did this in case we wanted to change the angle. If after a year we see we don't like it, a couple screws out, we just rotate, tilt, ready to go. So this is what I'm telling you on the inside, guys. You can see my hand is on the bottom of the piece of wood, but we grabbed right in between both woods. So you can see it's not tightened yet all the way. That we're going to take care of the next steps. So you grab in between. I like to put 2 bolts, make sure if one breaks, there's always a backup. Here we have it pretty much all done. It's pretty sturdy, and I'd even tighten yet the big bolts. So before you do anything, you know, before you end up in the woods that you don't have no tools, make sure you go through it. All your screws are in, your bolts are tight. If you guys are really worried that maybe it's going to loosen over time, the nut and stuff like that, what you could do, put a bit of Loctite, can't go wrong. We saw it's very sturdy. We had Marco get in it, I got in it. So we're just going to tighten everything up and we're going to show you how it put up in the woods.
Tomorrow.
All right, guys, so the stand is put up. This arm that we built actually makes the stand feel a lot safer. It's gonna make us be a lot more precise, and you know what, it's just perfect. It's not too big, it's not too bulky, but the build was super easy. You could trim it off, and we don't care that it wasn't perfect and cut off the edges. It was basically, you know, to get it done, have something to lean on to with the crossbow, with the gun. If you do shoot with the bow, you could just stand up and be able to shoot no problem anyways. But as you can see, we put the sidearms. It's so comfy. We added the chain for our fellow friends that come on public land and like to steal stuff. The best part of all this, it costs under $100. Stand, wood, and everything included. You got the best for your bang for your buck. You got a stand that's up in the tree for like 15 feet high, and as you can see, we have a big we're watching over here a big overgrowth of between power lines and stuff, and going to the soybeans. So, and we have big swamps on our left. This is going to be a great observatory stand. Might be able to shoot a giant buck out of here. You got to stay tuned to find out, but pumped as heck. Stands up, it's comfy, it's got the shooting rails, and like I said, you guys could do it yourselves. If you got any questions, you're not sure, hey, what do we do or what measurements, let us know. For the stand we built, it was pretty easy to do. We want to say thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one, and if you didn't hit that like and subscribe, do it now. See you soon.